When you start playing Marvel Snap, there is a lot of different cards thrown at you, and well, even more to come as you quickly advance throughout the game. While nearly every card has some sort of value or purpose, some rise far above the rest. Today, let's talk about those cards and which 10 I think are the very best for beginners that work in virtually any deck. Now, even if you love synergized decks or cards like on reveal, movement, or ongoing abilities, the 10 cards we'll talk about today will complement them perfectly. Or maybe you're just lost and you have no idea which cards at the beginning of the game should fill those gaps in the deck that you've created. Alright, enough of the intro. In no specific order, let's go ahead and jump into the top 10.
1.
Nightcrawler. What a great card to kick off this list, as he really embodies what this top 10 is all about. Being very plug-in playable, he is a 1/2 card that has the ability to move locations once. Now, that may not sound so great, but the thing that I love about Nightcrawler is he teaches you early basics about outsmarting your opponent, which is such a huge part of Marvel Snap. You'll play him somewhere, your opponent maybe thinks you're done, and then you can move him to another location. The other thing he does well is he's great at securing hard-to-reach locations like Death Domain, where you can get that cheeky 2-0 victory, and then you go Iron Focus on one other and you win the game.
2.
Cable. Now, this is going to be short and sweet because, well, Cable is pretty short and to the point. He's a 2/2 that's going to take a card from your opponent's deck and put it into your own. Now, why this is so great is odds are he's going to give you access to cards that you don't have in Pool 1 yet. But on top of that, what's not talked about a lot is when you take that card, it does not show your opponent which card you took. Opposed to someone like Yondu, where it shows both players which card got destroyed, Cable just slides one into your own hand. It can really help boost up a Pool 1 deck because odds are Pool 2, Pool 3 cards are going to be great to throw into your own deck. And as an added bonus, you're getting a 2/2 out of it. Cable fits into so many decks for this entire purpose.
3.
Angela. She is just absolutely ridiculous. Like, never mind just Pool 1. Angela's great throughout your entire time playing Marvel Snap. She's a 2/1, but the reason she's just ridiculous, like she might even be pulled back a little bit, is because she can be scaled up to a 2/7. Even a 2/9 if you play a card like Nightcrawler and move him over. That's insane value for a 2-cost card. And that's just what makes Angela so great. Like, you play her no matter what turn, you put her in a location to start it out, and you're going to get yourself so much value from 2 energy. Again, she fits with so many different decks, and I have her in probably like 75% of my current decks. Quite honestly, you should be putting her in your beginner decks, your Pool 2, Pool 3, and all the way forward. She's solid.
4.
Look at that manly ponytail. Let's talk Bishop. Now, the reason Bishop is so solid is he's going to work across all locations, and every card that you play after him is going to continue to add value to his card. Now, the biggest con is he is a 3 energy card, which it can come a little bit late, but the earlier you play Bishop, the more value you're going to get. Now, later into your Marvel Snap playing, you can have some awesome combos with him, but early on, he's still very solid for putting on a location that's maybe flooded or you can't play cards after turn 4. Bishop's going to continue to get that value and win you those locations. Super solid card, great synergy. Early on, there's really no excuse not to have him in every deck.
5.
America Chavez. Now, quite possibly one of the best cards to always come exactly when you need her. What I love about America is she's going to allow your early and mid-game cards to come more frequently because you're never going to pull her before turn 6. Now, she's got a great 6/9 punch to really win you that last location. I will say she's super plug-and playable outside of playing maybe an ongoing or on-reveal deck, because in those cases, you want to play Odin or Onslaught, and if you pull her on turn 6 and you have the other one, well, she's going to be a little bit more useless. But for the most part, she has so much plug-and-play ability. In fact, they had to nerf her because of how much of a 6/9 or was a 6/10 punch used to be. America works great in so many scenarios, and like, for example, turn 1, you never have to worry about having this high energy card that you can't even play anyways.
6.
Iron Man. There's really not a lot to say about Iron Man. I mean, his description, it does it for him. Iron Man doubles the power at a location, and it's going to win you that location 9 times out of 10. He's still used competitively all the way up into the best of players. Guys, Iron Man is, if not the best Pool 1 card, definitely a top 3 and is still a plug-and-play for all the decks within Pool 1 to Pool 3. Now, there are a few things that you want to avoid when playing Iron Man. You can check the video up above for the mistakes that you should avoid when playing this game, and it covers a big one when it comes to Iron Man. But all around, great card. Why is he not in your deck? Like, what are you doing?
7, 8.
Double trouble. The next two on the list are Yondu and Korg. Now, Yondu and Korg I decided to put together because they're both 1 energy, 2 power cards, and they're both great at messing with your opponent's deck. If you like to screw with your opponent, then you're going to love these. Yondu's going to go ahead and just straight up destroy one of your enemy's cards, and this can either be completely game ending, like you destroy a card that they highly depend on, like Odin on an on-reveal deck, or with Korg, even better, you're just going to give them a rock in their deck. Now, that may not seem like much, but with Yondu, there's only 10 cards they're going to most likely pull in a game, and so you're kind of destroying a card they may never get. Whereas with Korg, you're adding a huge possibility to completely just negate one of the cards that they're going to get throughout the 6 turns of the game. Now, both of these cards, including Iceman that you'll get later at Pool 2, are going to be ones that you use throughout playing the game, and so it's good to get a early grasp of how they work. For a 1 cost value with 2 power, they also have such a solid ability that they'll be used in just about any deck.
9.
Colossus, otherwise known as Mr. Dependable. Colossus is just one of my favorite, probably more underrated cards because the man is, again, Mr. Dependable, and he is just universally used in so many different decks. No matter what happens, the guy is going to be a 2/3, so he cannot be destroyed by a location or by another card. He can't have his value changed by another card or location. He's going to be a 2/3 that doesn't move, doesn't get destroyed, and can waste a lot of synergy that your opponent's trying to do. I just love him against other cards and, more importantly, other locations that are typically destroying your cards. He's not going to move.
10.
Now, last but certainly not least, is going to be Blue Marvel. Now, when the game came out, he was designed to be a 6-cost card, but they recently, for some reason, reduced him down to a 5-cost, which makes him absolute bananas for the value that he's going to bring. Blue Marvel is going to get more value the more cards you have on the locations, and early on, the reason why he's such a great beginner's card is odds are you're going to have a lot of cards on your locations because there's a lot of smaller value cards starting out. Blue Marvel especially should be used with Onslaught decks, but really, I put him as a high candidate right now in his current 5/3 form to be put into any deck to add instant value for a 5-cost card. So there you have it. Those are the top 10 best beginner cards within Marvel Snap, in my opinion, of course. And if I left a card out that you think should have been there, go ahead and comment that down below. Now, some great honorable mentions are maybe Ironheart. Wolf's Bane is very solid as well, and Namor can work up to a certain point. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and join the Cozy Club today by clicking the red subscribe button. Take a moment to join. We've got a lot more videos on the way, and until then, I'll see you on the next video.